Morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is Connecting Communities with Brian J. and Laura Lee.
Hello, good morning,
Hello.
everybody.
I had to lower my voice today because Mama V is still sleeping, Laura Lee.
Oh, Ricky, Ricky.
Pew pew.
There's too much. So Mama's still with you visiting?
Mama V is here. So we got back a day early. We actually got back Sunday. So for folks that remember, I ended up going out to Philly. So let me tell you, I want to move there. I want to move to
Yes,
Philly.
I'm sure, right? Yeah.
It so it reminded me of an Ann Arbor,
Oh, okay.
right? Like, look, I thought I was gonna see something like Brooklyn, right?
Yeah,
Like
right.
dirty mafia Italian, maybe,
Yeah.
right? Not at all. It was very Ann Arborish. The buildings downtown, Laura, were exquisite. They were all brownstones, right? If you think of
Right.
227, right? Miss
Yeah.
Mary, right? So all brownstones, but all businesses, no houses.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. I had the best flatbread. Look, my mouth is watering just talking about this. It
Philly
was
flatbread.
Oh my God, it was mushrooms. Well, I needed something to pound back this amazing whiskey drink that I was drinking. But these
Okay.
were mushrooms, cherry tomatoes, arugula. Help me out,
Arugula.
Laura. Thank you.
Arugula.
And then this vinaigrette on it with goat cheese.
Ooh, okay.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning. It was so good. Yeah, so good. I got to see the Rocky Steps, right? So that was fun.
Yeah.
I thought I might have been Rocky. I ran up the step. I ran up 3 steps.
Right,
Okay.
right.
If you see the video, it's just a loop.
It's just a loop. Don't get it, don't get it twisted. It's just
Yeah,
a loop.
yeah. But I had a great time. Was able to touch base with a couple of different clients. It was nice. And then I went back to PA and hung out. Well, I was in PA. Went back to Pittsburgh area, hung out with some family, and then pulled Mama V back. And she's up here for 2 weeks. And then I'll
Okay.
go back, drop her off, and I'll probably stay a couple days. And then I'm back home, and then I'm to Vegas. I'm in Vegas in 25 days.
Nice. Exciting.
So exciting. Um, so big news for me.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sure, sure.
I have to rewrite that book.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my editor, and by editor I mean someone that is actually knowing what a book is supposed to look like, who's assisting me
Right.
and putting this together, has wanted
Yeah.
me to do this. So let me give you a real quick thing. So after divorce number 2 with Holly, I started just writing. And so I've been
Hmm.
writing for the last 9 years, different pieces that have occurred up to, and I mean, it's just been scattered over. So when I thought, hey, I can write a book, I already have all this material, it was super simple, right? I just had to put it together to tell a story. Well, I didn't like the story that was being told. It it was a bitter story. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Does that make
Yeah.
sense? And I spent a
Yeah.
lot of time rewriting because I thought I don't feel that way anymore,
Hmm.
right? And I'm like, oh. And then there were some not high moments. No, let me rephrase that. There were moments of truth and honesty that didn't need to be said. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
So the more I started writing it and reading it, the more I thought, I don't want Jackson to read this. Right?
Okay.
Like I don't. I'm not comfortable with that. He doesn't need to know that there was
X,
the
Y,
point
and
that I was
Z.
going to kill myself. He doesn't need to know that, right? Now, as a reader or as a solopreneur or as a person to find that motivation and what changed me, that's a good story, right? That's a good read. But as a person and as a dad, that's not a conversation I want to have with my son, especially at 10, right? So we've been going back and forth for like the last 2 weeks. And so we've officially agreed we're changing the storytelling of the book, which is still going to be very simple.
Hmm.
So I'm maneuvering around. So I'm going to speak what I want to. Let me rephrase that. I'm going to write what I want to tell the story, and then when I speak it, I'll tell you my story, right? Because Jackson doesn't have to sit in there for that. and there'll be no recordings. No. So that is kind of where we compromised. Now on my trip to PA, that 4-hour drive, I wrote the first 6 chapters of the book and formed it out as I was driving. So now it's
Wow.
just a matter of putting that through and doing it. So it's super easy. I will tell you here, and then I want to hear about you because I saw lots of pictures of you and your brother. Uh, it's a cool flow. It talks about how the 80s inspired me with TV shows, and it takes
Okay.
it into that in different phases of soups. So you have your broth soups, right? That's your early stages when you don't have a lot of surroundings, right? Which is
Mm-hmm.
also going to be the 80s for me. And then you get into your chunky soups, right? Your creamy soups,
Yeah.
which is where the 90s come and go, right? And then you get into your comfort soups, right? And that is where we get into the 2000 and those motivations. So it's going to be a very cool story with a theme of soup.
Okay.
It will even be a cookbook because I'm going to have my favorite recipes in there.
Oh, there
Okay.
you go.
So
There
listen,
you
for
go.
$4.99, you get a cookbook and inspiration.
There
What
you go.
more did you ask for?
I don't know. Well, I don't know.
Maybe salt packets?
Right? Oh
So
my
talk to me.
goodness.
Tell me about your trip. Because
Yeah.
I saw something that I was not really expecting to see. Would
Oh,
you like to
yes.
show it off?
Yeah. My brother and
Yes.
I got matching tattoos.
Yes.
Um, it is there we go. He got more his is more on like the outside, but I did more like on the back.
Yeah.
It's a Finnish rune to attract cleverness and intelligence. So
I love it. So when I saw it, I
thank
was like,
you.
that's hot. Right. And then I
Thank
looked, I'm like, oh, wait,
you.
that's Laura. Totally. I'm like, wait a minute, I know her. No, I really like it. I really, really like it. So let me ask you
Yeah.
this. Why didn't you go color with it, Laura? Do you prefer like the black and white versus a color tat?
Yeah, that's all my other tattoos are just in black, so I figure just or like with some gray shading. So that's what I figured I'd do, stick with that. So the next thing that I want to do is somewhere like closer to my shoulder. So like this side, I have all my Harry Potter tattoos, and so this
Mhm.
side is going to be like my heritage, side. And so, we've got the finish, and then my next biggest piece of heritage is we're over 50% Irish. So I'm going to get it's called the Irish Tree of Life. It
Okay.
looks similar to like the Jewish Tree of Life. There's a couple of different versions in a couple of different um groups. So I'm going to do
Sure.
that on my shoulder at some point next, but maybe
So
not
let
right
me
now
ask you
because
this. So
yeah.
I have 10 tattoos and mine are all on
Mhm.
my arm, right? Because I like
Yep.
to show them off. My next tattoo is going to be a half sleeve, which is going to be shapes of triangle in black and white. And then I'm going to showcase the 1, 2, 3 already tats that I have on this arm. So that's my
Mhm.
next one. But for you, as you have kind of had them all over, do you show them off, Laura? Like, do you wear clothing that would allow you to be able to show them off?
It depends on the situation. Like if I'm in a professional situation, I do try to cover them up more, which is why I have like everything. If you look like, you can only see little bits that
Mhm.
stick out from under my sleeves, and this is, pulling it up. So I try to make it so that I can cover the most of them if I needed to for like a or if in a professional situation. But
Sure.
no, other than that, I don't. Yeah, I generally like to wear sleeveless or like,
Yeah.
other stuff so that you can see my tattoos.
Right?
When I went to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, I had a sleeveless t-shirt on, and I got multiple compliments on my tattoo, which I was like, oh my gosh, that's like the
Thank
band
you.
saying that
Yeah.
they like your shirt or something. So yeah,
Yes.
I was like, I found that super exciting. But yeah, I mean, I like to try to show them off in any other situation, but mostly for a professional, I'll, cover them up.
Well, you
Just because I work in I still work in the legal
correct.
industry, and where
Perception is everything.
it's still a pretty stuffy situation over there in that profession. So
Yeah. No, it makes sense. So this summer, um, I have like 15 tank tops. So because I've gotten thinner,
Okay. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because I've gotten thinner. Well, that's not true. I got heavier than thin. Well, regardless, my point is I can fit into these bad boys, and I like
Hmm.
wearing them now because I can show off my arms with them. Now I don't
Yeah.
have the guns like Laura Lee does, right? But they at least look good on my forearm when I'm grabbing the French fries.
There
Okay,
you go. Mm. You gotta
right?
curl it.
Totally.
Just curl it.
There's my sit up. Okay, so listen. First off, it is that time of the year where people are on their motorcycles. I want to talk about motorcycles today, Laura.
Okay.
Okay, what's your take on motorcycles?
Um,
Do they need to wear a helmet? Do they need to wear gear? Do you get mad when they don't?
Absolutely. No,
Do
I
you get
think it's
mad when they blare their music? I get mad when people blare their music. I'm respectful because I'm sure you don't want to hear my Britney Spears baby one more time, right? As I'm
right,
driving into, you know, Proudy, we'll just
right.
say.
Well, so where I live in South Toledo, I live near the trail. So like it's a section of the trail where they've got there's a little bit of a stretch. So it's like I'm constantly hearing motorcycles and the crotch rockets, which are like worse than the motorcycles, I think, and they're revving up and like, going super fast around like this little curve. So they yeah, I know, I do absolutely think that it should be required that you wear a helmet on a motorcycle. Like if it's required that I wear a seatbelt in a car, I really don't understand the logic why you wouldn't be required to wear a helmet while in a
Right.
motorcycle. And I don't understand why you wouldn't want to, like, if you're getting in a
Right?
car, if you're getting in an accident on your motorcycle, your odds of survival are already
Yeah.
diminished. Like why would you want to make them that much smaller? Like I don't know, but I also personally would not, like, I wouldn't get on a motorcycle because like I'm a big old wimp when it comes to stuff like that. Like even jet skis, like
Yeah.
I don't like doing jet skis or ski-doos or even those, like it just freaks me out. So
Does it really?
yeah, I'm just a wimp, I don't know.
Okay. So I've been jet skiing once.
Yeah,
Let me rephrase that. I got in the water
right,
and I had a
exactly.
jet ski on. Okay. That is my goal is I really want to dive into the jet skiing. I've done water rafting. I'd like to upgrade my status and I'm hoping in oh my gosh, let me show you. Um I'm going with, oh, I guess I can't. So, oh, I can. No, I can. Watch this. I'm going to show you guys something. I'm super excited. So, I'm going to Vegas, right?
Yep.
Um, I got to go to the other screen real quick. I just booked. Did you see what I booked, Laura?
No.
Oh my gosh, look at this. I could not be more excited. 6 hours kayaking on the Colorado River.
6 hours? That is a
Six
lot of
hours.
kayaking.
It's a whole experience. It's 5 miles. Um, and then we do a small hike and there's some stops for drinking of the water that they're going to give us and the snacks. Right there it is. Look at that.
I
is
mean, that's
that
gorgeous
is
for
that not
sure.
gorgeous?
That's really pretty. 6 hours is a lot. Make sure you reapply your sunscreen
Oh
frequently.
yes, there is no doubt. But I'm so excited. So it's just going to be me. I'm going to take a moment to breathe, get some
Yeah.
zen in. And listen, world, I'm going to let you know there's a very good chance, and I'm just saying this right now because this is how my life happens. I'm gonna get stranded. Right? Come look for me. Okay. Don't forget me. When it comes to be Wednesday, and they're like, I haven't seen Brian in a couple days. I'm in the Grand Canyon or the
I love
Colorado River.
I just in the
Come to me.
Colorado River
Yes.
floating
So
somewhere.
so it's like it's the reboot of Gilligan's Island. There is no
Oh
doubt in
my
my mind.
gosh.
Or Castaway. Do you ever watch the movie Castaway? Tom
Listen,
Hanks.
I can't, no, I've not seen that, but now like you've just triggered that stupid Backyardigans song in my head that is from TikTok. So thank you for that.
Well, Tom Hanks carried this ball.
Yes,
He called it Wilson because it was a Wilson ball. He
I've
just carried
seen it.
the
I've
ball.
seen bits and pieces of it. So
That
yes,
would be me. I'd be like, come on,
yes.
Wilson. But I ain't fishing. I am not,
So you just starve.
I'm not fast enough. I'm just like, I'm not fast enough.
Gosh, you're too funny. Too
But I'd be
funny.
skinny.
I mean, I guess that's one way to look at it.
Well, I'd hope other people would be stranded with me. If you were
Yeah.
stranded on an island, would you eat someone, Laura? I mean, like,
I mean,
okay,
it
they're
depends
dead.
on how
They're dead,
desperate
Laura. They died.
it
So you
depends
didn't
on
kill
how
them, but they're
desperate the
dead.
situation is.
Well, it's either you eat them or the pigeons eat them. Who's getting the meat?
I mean, are there spices on the island?
I know, right? Is there some salt or some?
Right? Can I get some all
She goes, listen.
season?
Laura goes, is there some spices? Like, yes, Laura, because they're gonna they're gonna fly over us and drop us daily food versus rescuing us.
I mean, we could be on a tropical island where there's spices. I don't know.
What kind of First off, let me know we're in Vegas, so whatever tropical island we are at.
Oh, we're in Vegas. There's not even an island in the Colorado River for you to get stranded on. So I don't even understand why all of a sudden I'm the ridiculous one in this scenario.
This is a serious show, ladies and gentlemen. We thank our sponsors. So
Oh my goodness.
I got some feedback on our show last week.
Yeah?
People loved it. Yeah, they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know what was happening this weekend. And thanks for letting us know. And well, they always talk about Laura. Very rarely do they talk about Brian. Otherwise, they just say, Brian, could you let Laura talk more?
Oh my gosh, get out of here. You're making that up. You're so funny.
Making it up. So listen. It's like Beyonce,
Listen.
right? Listen. Okay, so I guess it's about that time. We should probably check out and see what's going on in the good old city of Toledo in the world. So we
Sounds
need theme
good.
music, right?
Catch me up. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. Throw a little like what's it called Price is Right on there. Do do do
Right.
do
Speaking of the prices
do
right,
do
listen,
do
before we get
do.
into to our news, I watched not prices right. Let's Make a Deal.
Oh, Wayne Brady, is he host that?
Yes, I haven't watched that since like
Yeah,
the 1980s. Right.
yeah.
That show
I
sure
mean,
has changed.
Wayne Brady is just so good at those hosting things.
I
He's
loved
just so
him
good at
on
those.
Whose Line Is It Anyway? Or what was
Yeah,
his talk show? I liked his talk
the
show.
Wayne Brady show. Yeah, for sure. He's done a lot of things.
Okay. Let's talk serious. Ooh,
All
here we
right.
go, Laura. Biden
Okay.
is meeting with Putin.
Yeah. That is definitely, so uh they just had the NATO conference and the G7 met. So that Russia used to be a part of that, and it was the G8, and they've got kicked out for invading another country, another sovereign nation called Crimea, and making it part of Russia. So
Mhm.
that is so now President Biden is meeting with President Putin separately, and as the headline says, it's a post Cold War. We're at a real all-time low with our ability to, have diplomatic relations with the Russians, and and a part of that is that they're continuing to aggressively hack, and the company itself might not be doing it, but they're or the company, the country itself might not be the ones that are doing the hacking, but it's because they're an authoritarian country. Nothing like that is going to happen without their knowledge, without their consent. So it'll be interesting. It's one of those things that it's like with North Korea too, though, that they are. It just gets harder and harder to to put sanctions on because that will that cripples up their economy.
Say that again. I don't think people realize that it cripples their economy, guys.
Right.
Like,
And that puts, yeah, and that puts something and that's putting a hardship on the on the people of Russia, and that's not, you know, there, it's very specifically the oligarchs and whatnot who are doing this. Hey, can I take a pause? I've got a phone call that's
go do
kind of
you.
popping up.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
Go
be
do
right
you.
back.
So listen, Laura's heading out real quick. Listen, life happens with us here with connecting communities, right? So we want to make sure that we are available for folks. Did you like how I talked that whole big circle until Laura gets back? So let's see what else we got going on over here, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. We'll come back. Let's look at some business aspects, what's going on in the business world. So this is all going to be raw. I have no idea. I haven't seen this. So you're going to get me live here on our lovely podcast. So it looks like some stock is going ahead, right? Got some policies going on. You like how I'm talking about this? I have no idea. Oh. I did hear about the AMC stock, which is absolutely crazy. They're saying sell it all, get it out. So if you have AMC, get it out, which is kind of, I mean, think about it. Disney Plus is actually doing this as well, where with COVID, it has pushed all new movies to go online, right, and stream. So if you guys have Disney Plus, you've seen things come out going, go to the movies, or you can watch it here for $29.99 or whatnot. So I definitely think that's some pieces. But we do movie night here at our house. We love it. We set up the popcorn, we hang out, we turn off the lights, we kick back, but it's still not the same experience of doing it in these establishments. So support your local theater. Oh, looks like China's having some problems selling some stuff. Okay, what else is going on? Oh, all these things I want to talk to Laura about. Laura, we want to talk to you. Oh, what else is going on? Oh, here we go. Oh, cruises. Uh-oh. Luckily, I'm not going on a cruise yet. But we should talk to our friends. My friend Z. You probably know her on Facebook. She loves tacos. And she takes care of cruises as well. And she's actually, I haven't heard anything crazy. Oh, it looks like Southwest canceled some flights. Oh, that's not good. That makes it kind of sad and mad, right? All at the same time. New Alzheimer's drug is coming up. Oh, Meredith Grey would be happy. That was a Grey's Anatomy reference, if you guys get it and understand it. Oh, Whack-A-Mole as retail shifts from Petco to pickles. What? I have no concept of what that means. Bitcoin, we're moving up in Bitcoin world. Oh, there's Laura. Laura's back.
Hello. I'm afraid of Bitcoin. Are you invested in any of the cryptocurrencies?
So, no, and I wish I would have, just because. What you missed, now I'm going to scroll back to it because, well, you're the smarty McSmart. There's two things I want to talk about. One, AMC stock, sell it. Okay, so we talked about the whole movie. Well, and by I say we, I mean me. I always said go back and support your movie place, right? Because there's that experience. But with Disney Plus right now, you're getting movies, and with COVID, I think is really what pushed it and made people go, we have to do something. So now all these new movies are coming out on Disney or other streaming services.
Yeah, I heard. So I actually went to the movie theater for the first time, since I think 2019. I don't think I saw any movies in 2020 prior to the pandemic hitting, to see In the Heights. And that, I guess that has been having a disappointing box office debut because they're also streaming it on HBO Max.
There it is. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I listen, this world is changing, guys. I was chatting with my buddy the other day, and I realized, DVD players, right? My mother has, when I say hundreds, I would say minimally 500 DVDs, guys. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Now, mind you, these DVDs were typically $20 a piece, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you went to Blockbuster, and then you got 3 for $21. Okay. Yes. Laura, Blockbuster was this thing that we had in the 90s.
Get out of here. I know Blockbuster. My jam
on
was
Fridays
Video
and Saturdays.
Connection. Thank you. My
Listen,
jam
you
was
would
video connection.
video. You would walk in and go right to the box, be like, "Is the new movie in? Has someone dropped it off?"
Right? Exactly. Exactly.
So I don't know where I was going with that.
No, so okay, so the AMC stock, I don't know. It's interesting. The fact that you know, that whole concept on Wall Street bets, that also is like, that also goes into the cryptocurrency conversation, because that's one of the other you know, meme stocks that are being pumped up, are one of the cryptocurrencies. I don't remember which one. I want to say like Doge, maybe. I don't remember exactly which one. But that's one's being inflated by the meme stocks as well. And Wendy's, they just started investing in Wendy's here recently too. So I mean, it's just what the people on, what the Reddit investors are doing are exactly what hedge fund investors are doing. It's just done in a more democratic way. And I don't know, they can't, it'll be interesting to see how any of that'll get regulated, because I'm not sure if they should be regulating it. It should, you know, retail investors should be able to do the same things as, you know, professional investors.
Agreed. I would agree with that. Looks like Biden named, is it Lina or Lena?
I think it's Lena.
Okay, Lena Khan as FTC chair. Now, what does that mean for us? First off, I love the diversity that we have in
I know.
our I don't want to say government, because that makes it in our
Cabinet.
upper government,
Yeah.
cabinet. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I
Yeah.
love the diversity that's being thrown out there. So
Yeah, for sure. So the FTC chair is the Federal Trade Commission, and so that is, and it says that Lena is Ms. Khan is a progressive tech critic. So that would mean you know, sort of going after Facebook, for example, as being a monopoly between like that, and breaking it up so that they have to maybe get rid of, they can't own Instagram and WhatsApp anymore. You know, just stuff like that. And you know, regulating the tech companies and, you know, making them more responsible for the content that they are, you know, letting be put on their platforms. So yeah, it'll be interesting.
it'll be very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, let's see what we got going on. Some top stories. So today, right now, we're sitting at 64 degrees, guys. We're going to be sliding up to 70, 78. So turn those ACs on, or at least set your thermostat at least like what, 70? Are you a 74, 72 kind of girl, lady?
Oh
Person?
my gosh, that is way too chilly. I like to have some type of heat on me in the summer. No, I've got my thermostat is set on like an eco thing, so it's like a thing, but my AC doesn't kick on until it gets to be 77 in my house.
Yeah. You know, Laura, I just realized as I was talking, I have never asked you this question, as I typically ask everyone that not everyone, people that I'm gonna say something that someone's gonna be offended on. When I speak with someone, I can typically see how progressive they are, right, in conversations. So I can kind of see where in conversation and where we are. And one of the things, as I just said, I've never asked you on your pronouns. Like, what pronouns do you prefer to be used?
I use she, her, or they, them, but usually just she, her, because it's easier for people.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah, I just did that as I did that roundabout. Did you notice that I did that? Her, she, the girl.
Yeah,
And I was like,
yeah.
oh my God, I never have asked you that. Again, I don't ask everybody, because sometimes you could just get in a conversation, and typically I'm not going to ask anyone over the age of 50. Unless I know them and I know what their stance is, right? But
Yeah.
typically, I mean, I'm the cutoff where people are kind of still,
Yeah.
bam, this is the way it is, kind of a thing. So it's all about people and finding out. But first off, I apologize. I never asked you that. So
that's okay. Thank you for asking though.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I was and we're getting into the news. I was at the dog park and there was this cute little baby, and I referred to him as he, and then I went to the mom like 20 seconds later. I said, "I'm so sorry." I said, "I'm not sure what pronoun. I apologize." She goes, "No, no problem," and so forth and so on. Well, then this guy comes over and chastises me, like scolds me because I assumed that the kid was a he. And I said, "You know what? I sure did." I said, but then I went back like seconds later to
Right.
make sure that that was an okay conversation to have with her. So, hello? Like, okay. So I was mad at first, and then I thought, oh my God, how nice. Like he felt the need to defend her, right? Like
Right.
he wasn't a jerk in that. But here we are. So Biden is beginning his long, tense meeting, which we already talked about. What do you think the coverage of that's going to be, Laura? Do you think we're going to see? Because listen, if the if President, the other previous one that we're not going to, if him, we'll just call
Yeah.
him, if he was in this, there would already be stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, you know
So-
what? It's interesting. They were talking about this on another podcast that I listened to called Pod Save America, which is another political, which is a political podcast that, talks about a lot of this stuff in depth. They were saying that, just in general, these foreign trips for presidents are really hard narrative wise because the press just like can pick up on something silly and crazy and make it and whatever. Like there was some big kerfuffle yesterday about who was allowed into a presser with as far as American media or whatever. So like whatever, things can get silly. And they were what the prior president made them even sillier by doing self-inflicted wounds or self-inflicted gaffes, which is, and then they went on to say it's kind of funny that Biden, who is prone to gaffes or known for having gaffes, has been relatively gaffe free so far in this not only in this trip but in this presidency. So I hope that it's just framed as on the issues and not like some silly he said she said, like overly stupid dramatic stuff.
Absolutely, one could hope. Speaking of hope, did you see about the targets and the airstrikes?
I did, yes. This is obviously the Israeli and Palestinian conflict is really complicated, and it's there's a reason this has been going on for centuries, because there's no one's found a good answer. But I honestly just the violence is, it's something that I think is pretty despicable on the side of the Israeli government, especially in the midst for their army to be doing that while they're in the midst of a governmental change. Bibi Netanyahu, the prior prime minister, has been, ousted, and there's replaced with the new governing coalition. So I'm not sure, I'm not sure if this is, the army doing this, or if the attacks are on Bibi's last orders, or if these are orders of the new prime minister. But either way, it's disappointing. And I just, and because, it makes it difficult because Hamas, that is in charge of, that runs Palestine, the Palestinian area, is a terrorist group. So we know how they're going to respond. So it's a really difficult situation, and the Palestinian people and the West Bank are really the ones that are paying the brunt of it right now.
Absolutely. There's no good outcome in this, no matter how or where you do it. Speaking of good, though, it looks like we can travel to Europe. We're this close.
Okay, excellent.
We can go see Prince and the Queen. Have you been to Europe?
I have not, but my brother and brother-in-law are moving at the end of this year to Spain. So I'm definitely going to be wanting to travel to Europe.
Do you need a companion? Can we write it off as a business expense and do a podcast there?
Right, exactly. Yeah, we'll work that out. We'll work that out.
So Juneteenth, it's a holiday.
Yeah, that's exciting. Finally
Right.
representation. Yeah. For those who aren't quite sure what Juneteenth is, the Emancipation Proclamation was signed by President Lincoln in January of, I cannot remember exactly what year. Excuse me, but it took about 2.5 years later for the information to get to Galveston, Texas, which is the last frontier basically to hear that slavery had been abolished. And so that occurred on June 19th in the 1800s. So that's what we celebrate. That's the day that, we recognize full abolishment of slavery in theory.
Listen,
in the US.
I love this. You're going to say Brian James.
Okay.
Listen, I love that they didn't put this, because they could have, in February.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's the small things, right? It's the small things. I'm taking these successes. So let's see what's going on. It looks like Great Eastern Shopping Center is a nuisance in Northwood. Who would have thunk?
Right. That's how long has that been abandoned? I'm sure.
Right.
I was actually, and so going to the movie theater the other day, I went to the one in Fallen Timbers, and I just felt really, really like that's the first place that I've really seen the impact of the pandemic on businesses. Like it is it is such a completely different place at Fallen Timbers. There's very little stores left. So, those shopping centers and malls are hard anyway.
They're very expensive though. Like to rent inside there, it's costly.
Yeah.
I mean, they built that with the expectation of being able to rent it out. I'm just throwing numbers out there, guys. Okay. $5,000 a month, right, per square foot or whatever. And they've never been able to get what they wanted out of rent for that place. Never, from day one. And I don't even think it's ever been filled, has it?
I don't think it's ever been
full capacity.
I don't think it's ever been totally filled, but it's a sad ghost town right now, honestly.
Yeah, it is super sad. I mean, then you look at Levis, which are popping out and sliding across and handling all those things as well. I mean, and then Franklin Park. So, I mean, movie theaters are what's holding those places together at this point.
Right.
And if everybody is staying at home and streaming.
Right. And movie theaters have been shut down since, March 2020. So. Right.
Absolutely. So here we are. So fireworks back on.
Back on. Yay.
Back on. I'm kind of excited. They're doing check-ins. Yes. I keep getting the text right now saying we're full capacity. Get your tickets.
Mud Hens are doing fireworks too.
So Waterville just had Cherry Fest. Apparently it went well. It seems like business is booming.
Well, no, that was a White House. Waterville has their own little Cherry Fest is White House.
You are absolutely right. It was all about the W.
I know. Waterville's having their little Waterville Festival. I'm not sure what it's called this weekend, I think.
Got it. Yeah. Cherry Fest was well though, so I was pretty pleased with that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else we got going on over here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, looks like there's a nonprofit launching for solar co-ops. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, we've got a lot of good solar-based business, and a lot of support for those solar businesses around here in this area. So that's good to see that's continuing.
For sure. Okay, let's see what's going on in the entertainment. Let's see what Kim Kardashian's doing.
Wait, really?
Have you ever watched? Have you ever watched that show?
Oh my God, I'm addicted to it. That's still
I've never seen one episode.
Oh yeah, I've seen them all. I think I actually have a episode to watch on my DVR right now.
Got it. Real Housewives of Orange County. Sorry, guys. It looks like Kelly's not returning. Who's Kelly?
I don't know. I don't watch that show. I don't watch that show.
Oh. Well, guys, if you are a Kelly fan, I apologize that she will not be back. Hades Mantel.
No, scroll. I haven't seen it
I
yet.
did. Look, I was quick. Ariana Grande. Is she gonna wear the ponytail?
Oh yeah, obviously.
Is she still sporting
That's
that?
her signature. Yeah, that's her signature.
Well, JoJo got rid of her ponytail.
JoJo who? Siwa?
JoJo. Yeah, yes. I love me some JoJo. Listen,
my
I love me
gosh.
some JoJo. Well, she's a
Oh my
lesbian now.
God.
Did you see she came out?
I did. Yes.
Yeah,
And she,
there was this
yes,
cute little picture of her and her girlfriend. They were like just pinking. It
Yeah.
was so adorable. I'm like, you get
Yeah,
yours,
she-
girl. Get yours, JoJo.
with your big old bows.
Right. Oh, Jay-Z. Jay-Z's suing
Ooh.
someone. Go figure. Okay, let's see what's going on in good old Toledo this weekend. Anything that you know of?
Like I said, I think the Waterville is having their little festival, their community festival this weekend. I know for sure it's on Saturday. I'm assuming there's stuff on Friday too.
Gotcha.
Let's see. I know that there is I'm going on Thursday to a fundraiser for one of the women that are running to retain her seat on Toledo City Council. That's at Ernest Brewworks, so I'll be at that.
I
Thursday.
love Ernest. So one of our clients, and when you go to Ernest, you got to check them out. I have their schedule. I just don't know where they are. But ladies and gentlemen, if you slide over to the farmers market, it's where I met them. Amazing. Or Ernest, because they do spend a lot of time at Ernest, is PM Frosted Fantasies. Okay. So first off, they're food truck guys, right? And it's an
great
ambulance.
cupcakes.
Right? Phenomenal cup. Whatever flavor you could think of, they have done. Both Mark and Peg, I always want to call her Pam, but it's Peg, are amazing individuals. And listen, a couple years ago, they made me these pineapple upside down cupcakes for my birthday. Oh. But again, if you go to Ernest, though, they make themed Ernest drink ones.
Oh, cute.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure why I'm snapping, but yes. Okay. So Michigan haunted lighthouses. Who would have thunk they were haunted lighthouses?
Yeah, I had no idea. I had no idea. Ooh,
Right.
Beach Boys at
Beach
Centennial
Boys.
Terrace. Oh,
my
that's
God.
July 22nd.
Wait. Did you see who won, or did we talk about this? Who one of the people that will be performing at the free concert is?
Gwen Stefani.
Yes. Listen,
I know.
what are we, listen, I'm struggling with this
Why?
think that she's gonna do a free concert.
What, you think that this is like fake out? It's fake Gwen Stefani who's coming? Like what? I'm
Oh my
confused. What do you think's gonna happen here?
Wait a minute. Could you imagine if it is like an impersonator? like Derek Barry is like the Britney Spears impersonator. What if it's like an impersonator?
Brian.
Listen, who's paying her? Because she's not gonna. First off, listen.
No, it's legit. First of all, it's legit that she's coming, because I did say to my dad, because but he works with the people that do the bookings for Huntington Center, who are the same people that are booking the that did book the Pro Medica series. So they were booked like legitimate through SMG. But I was like, see, if you can get Gwen Stefani down here to play a free concert on a patch of grass, like why can't we get anything other than country music or dinosaur rock in the freaking Huntington Center? And and so I'm hoping that everybody in Toledo comes out for Miss Gwen, so that we can show the event organizers that we can have more than country music and dinosaur rock.
I don't think it's gonna happen, Laura. I don't think it's gonna be the real Gwen. I think it's gonna
Oh
be
my
a color
gosh.
Gwen.
You are you're spreading disinformation, and I do not like it.
Oh my God. Well, speaking of fake news and not correct information, I had a conversation this week and I said to them, you know what? We'll talk about this with Laura because she'll have an idea. So, first
Okay.
off, we're going to say, hypothetically speaking, okay? Allegedly, and we're going to tell a story. So, like Law and Order, dun dun dun. Okay. The events of what is discussed is based off of fictional characters and the names have been replaced. Okay, so all liability is no longer on us. Thank you to our sponsors, Dance Fam, Apollo, and Bookkeeping Landlord. No, all kidding aside. So, real here question: how much money did it cost for when Trump was here, compared to when Obama? Is there a price difference that you know offhand?
Oh, like when they would come to visit to town?
Yes, Trump's last visit.
No, I'm not sure. Well, it's probably I mean it depends. I think his last visit to Toledo, they stayed at the airport. He didn't actually come into town. So like when it's a different cost between like if they just come and do something like that, or if like the cost of when he came and had his rally here.
Yes, the rally.
That's
Here's my
expensive.
point. I was told that they still owe. They haven't paid.
Correct. That's probably accurate. They don't.
Is that custom or is that administration?
No, that was that administration. They just would leave and leave cities paying the bill, which is kind of how he operated as a business person as well, with his bankruptcies and whatnot. So
his university. Don't forget the university.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
You know, it's really sad when Wikipedia is more reliable of a source than a university. Yes, I said that. And
right.
if you go look me up on Wikipedia, I just wrote it too. Right. Yeah, I can edit it anytime I want.
Right.
Okay, so what else have we got going on here in good old Toledo? Third Eye Blind in August?
No, so that's August. Scroll up. Yeah. You're not on you scroll up and go.
Here. This week.
Do this
versus
week.
top.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go. Oh yeah. There's another. So yep. Dr. Michelle Grimm. She is running for school board, I believe. Oh no, city council. She's got a fundraiser. Oh, it looks like that's today. At the Attic.
Okay. I like the Attic. Have you been there?
Love the Attic. Oh, absolutely. Love that place.
Yeah.
Love that place.
Me too.
Yep. Oh no. See, Rock the Block in Waterville. Yep. On Saturday. Yep. Cool.
Oh, Inside the Five. I like them. Do you like them? Inside the Five?
I've actually not been to. I have actually not had the chance to get out there yet. So
get out there.
I definitely got to check them out.
Are you a beer drinker?
I am, but like I'm a wimpy beer drinker, so I can do like certain IPAs, but I can't do like those like a double IPA or any of those crazy things. That's too much for me.
Okay. Are you gonna go tomorrow and see the Goonies downtown?
The Goonies,
yes,
right?
It starts tomorrow.
That sound amazing. That's so funny. I'm so glad that they're showing that. It's like another, generation is being
right. Well,
getting
E.T.
to know the Goonies.
That's another one. E.T.
Yeah.
Or even Wizard of Oz. I mean, Laura, I don't know how it was for you in the 1900s, but for me, they played it every year, like Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And then they just stopped.
For sure.
I feel like that was, again, I feel like we had more access to some of the older movies and TV shows and stuff than, and I don't think, but then again,
those were older. Yeah, those were older to us. Like that same time frame of older shows are 80s and 90s shows to kids now.
Nick at Night is, Friends.
Exactly. Literally.
Yeah. So I'm sad that the Old West End can't cut. I'm sad that the Old West End Festival is canceled for the second year.
Yeah, so I guess the neighbors still like, did a thing, and so they're still doing walking tours, it seems
Yep.
like, so that you can do outside tours of the houses, but yeah,
Yeah.
not so much the
Have you ever been a tour
insides.
guide?
I've not been a tour guide, no.
Okay. I have not. Susan did one year. I was going to this year with Andrew. Well, that's not happening.
And then that didn't happen.
And that didn't happen. So, along with a lot of other things, let's start with what now. That could be a whole episode, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So, I mean, lots of good things. So, find what your thing is and go do it, guys. There's lots of cool
Absolutely.
things going on. Lobster Fest. Who doesn't want to go to Lobster? Ooh, that sounds good though. Like, wait a minute. I could do some lobster.
Wait a minute, I'll do Lobster
Right?
Fest.
Oh, it looks like Pride is going on at Grinders.
That's a coffee house. It's a
Are
coffee
we
house.
sure? Are we sure?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Are you thinking of Bowling
It-
Green? Is that the one in BG?
No, it's here. I'm
Oh,
pretty
is it
sure
really?
it's here.
Where
Yeah.
is that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's on
Yes.
Adam Street.
I just started hanging out up at Adam Street. Is that Uptown? Is that considered Uptown?
Adam Street does go uptown, but I don't know. I'm not sure where Grinders is.
Yeah. Let's see.
No, yeah. See, it's more downtown.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's by
totally.
the it's
Right
by
there.
the by the courthouse. So yeah.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I've been trying to figure out this whole uptown downtown kind of thing, and I still don't understand because you don't walk up. I mean, you just what is it?
No.
President's one way, water's the other.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
You're exactly
listen,
right.
I don't know my east from my west unless I have my car that tells me you're going northwest. I have
If
no
you're
sense of
down,
direction.
if you're downtown, if the river is on your right-hand side, you're looking north.
Oh Laura, we should talk. I need to write that down. That's where you save that in your phone so you can always look for it for purposes. Speaking of your phone, guys, and then we got to cut this short. We live and die by our phone. So I left my phone one time, like at a park at like 11 o'clock at night, and I didn't know how to get home because I'm a GPS guy. I don't know how I got home that hour or that night, but I did. And then I went home to go get my phone. I couldn't reset my phone because I set up the 2 authorization piece and I need my phone. So all of these things that we have to protect ourselves, that when we do lose this, there's no other try another option. Okay.
Yeah.
Because it is the 2-step authentication. Authentication. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time for us to end it off. We know where you want to be at this week. We know what you need to do. If there's any questions, comments, suggestions, complaints, my name is Laura Lee. Please email me. If you love our show and you think we're the best, my name is Brian. Please reach out. No, all kidding aside, you can always hang out and listen to us here, Facebook, as well as on Anchor and anywhere else you listen to other podcasts, especially our Pod Talk. Yes, I called it Pod Talk with Toledo Talks.
Yep, you can find Toledo Talks on. You can find Toledo Talks on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Look at that.
Toledo Talks.
She is multi-platform. Any crazy things going on or anything that we need to chat about other than be kind, choose kindness, and live kindness?
Nope, that sounds about it. Y'all have a really
easy.
good day.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I'm trying to push the button. Good times. We're still trying to do it.
We're